Jesus. John, chapter 1, verse 1 through 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shines in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. Matthew chapter 11, verse 2. Now, when John had heard in the prison the works of Christ, he sent 2 of his disciples, and said unto him, Are you he that should come, or do we look for another? Jesus answered them, Go and show John again those things which you hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. Matthew chapter 21, verse 15 and 16. And when the chief priests and scribes saw the wonderful things that Jesus did, and heard the children crying in the temple, and saying, Hosanna to the Son of David, they were upset, and said to him, Do you hear what they're saying? And Jesus replied, Yes. Have you never read, Out of the mouth of babes God has perfected praise? Luke chapter 7, verses 37 and 38. And behold, a woman in the city which was a sinner, when she knew that Jesus sat at meat in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster box of ointment, and stood at his feet behind him weeping, and began to wash his feet with tears, and did wipe them with the hairs of her head, and kissed his feet, and anointed them with the ointment. Mark chapter 14, verses 32 and verses 34 through 36. And they came to a place which was named Gethsemane, and Jesus said to his disciples, Sit ye here, while I pray. And said to them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful unto death. Wait here, and watch. And he went forward a little, and fell on the ground, and prayed that, if it were possible, the hour might pass from him. And he said, Abba, Father, all things are possible for you. Take away this cup from me. Nevertheless, not what I will, but what you will be done. John chapter 19, verse 9. Pilate went to the judgment hall and said to Jesus, Who are you? But Jesus gave him no answer. Then saith Pilate to him, Do you not speak to me? Don't you know I have the power to crucify you, and have power to release you? Jesus answered, You could not have power at all against me, except it were given you from above. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. John chapter 15, verse 15. From now on, I will not call you servants, for the servant does not know what his Lord does. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. John chapter 4, verse 14. Jesus said, "Whosoever drinks of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water, springing up into everlasting life."